Boom. Mm-hmm. All right. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. So, what's very interesting about this, as people come in, or if you're watching this on the replay, um, is that if I looked up the rules for YouTube where you have to mark something as it's AI. Hey, Matthew Coburn. This kind of stuff didn't fall under it because it's all their animated avatars. Hey, Bree Wood in the house. What's going on? Oh, we're gonna have some fun. There's gonna be people gonna be showing up for this one. And we're gonna have some fun. That's why I started a little. Originally, I was gonna wait to do it at 2 Eastern, and I was like, yeah, I'll start a little earlier. Dogs are settling. So yeah, this is Replikant chat, made by the company Replikant, who does AI stuff. They have an app, two apps on the Epic Game Store. This, which is a chat thing, which like they got some cool stuff coming. This is such an early access, it's crazy. And then they've got a whole studio that I just installed actually, and you can learn how to make AI movies and stuff and AI scenes and stuff. So, if as people start coming in, let's I'm going to start with the one that I started with last time. And look, you can do it in all these different languages. It's insane. And yeah. So here we go. All right. Cinema Master. Matthew, what kind of hold on, let's see what it this, here. Here we go. Check this out.
Ah, buongiorno. I'm Gianni Lumiere. The magic of cinema has been my life's passion, from the first silent films to today's streaming masterpieces. You know, there's nothing quite like diving into the world of movies and TV together. The stories, the techniques, the unforgettable moments that changed everything. I'd love to know your name and what kinds of films or shows really capture your imagination. Are you more drawn to the golden age of Hollywood, perhaps? Or do you prefer the cutting?
Right on, Patrick. I know you'd like to listen to some of this. So I have to hit B for him to be able to hear me. So what should I name myself? And what are my favorite kind of movies? How do we want to steer this conversation? That is the question. How do we want to steer this conversation? Because it's push to talk, which is fantastic. So I'll wait because you don't have to give him my name as Chris. I can give him my name as Darth Pyron. I can give him a different name. I can give him Red Shirts Remastered. So director Schwanzi McTwoStep, and you like fantasy drama. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yes, my name is Schwanzi McTwoStep. I am a director. And my favorite films are fantasy dramas.
Ah, Swansea McTwoStep. What a wonderfully cinematic name. a fellow director. Che piacere. What a pleasure to meet you.
Yes!
Fantasy dramas, absolutely magnificent
Ah!
choice. Speaking of which, I see you're a director. Would you say films like The Wizard of Oz and Pan's Labyrinth have influenced your directorial style? The intersection of fantasy and drama creates some of cinema's most powerful emotional resonance. What aspects of fantasy drama do you find most compelling as a director?
What? Okay. What aspects of fantasy drama do I find most compelling as a director? Huh. Elves hooking up with dwarves? I mean, we could try that, see what happens. But someone else give me a suggestion if you have a better suggestion. I'm just spitballing here. Um, uh, Fro, the buddy relationship between the two main characters. Um, uh, um, the epic journeys that they entail. I don't know. What do I say? Someone give an idea, people. Come on. I know there's people out there. Let's hear it. This is fun. And if I have to do it all myself, so be it. But I'm going to try and get you all to do it first. And Patrick's going to push you too because he's a red shirt and this is us. Scenes where characters breathe heavily. You know, I have to say that the best thing about fantasy dramas is finding those moments, those perfect moments where the characters can breathe heavily and it just exhumes drama in a fantasy setting.
You've touched on something absolutely magnificent there. Those breathing moments, as you call them, they're pure cinema gold. It reminds me of how Guillermo del Toro uses silence and stillness in Pan's Labyrinth to build tension. You know, those quiet moments between the fantasy elements often carry more
shit!
weight than the spectacular effects. They're like anchors that ground the audience in emotional truth. Those breathing moments, as you call them, they're pure cinema gold. It reminds me of how Guillermo del Toro uses silence and stillness in Pan's Labyrinth to build tension. A magical forest set at twilight, with cinematographers setting up dramatic lighting, fog machines creating atmosphere, and actors rehearsing an emotional scene. You know, those quiet moments between the fantasy elements often carry
You don't
more
hear
weight
anything?
than the spectacular effects. They're like anchors that
No,
ground the
you hear
audience
it,
in emotional
right?
truth. Tell me, in your own work, how do you balance these intimate character moments with the larger fantasy elements?
Oh, God. And look, you can even pull it up on the side. Whoa, that's so small, though. Can I make you bigger? You don't hear the guy when he's talking after... Patrick does. Sounds like a you issue. Okay, yeah. Sounds like your internet issue then or something. I mean, I'll turn him up a bit, but yeah, he's pretty loud. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You guys both hear both. People hear both. Wait, no, but the question is, how do you balance these intimate character moments with the larger fantasy elements? That's what I need. He's asking me. We'll get to the gritty fantasy western next. These intimate moments with the larger fantasy elements. Oh, wait, no. Intimacy is epic, just like fantasy movies have epic tales and journeys. Oh, wait. Did he not? Oh, it's not doing it. Okay, hold on. I guess I gotta turn the chat off. Yep. So I'll do yours. Oh, whoa, that was weird. It's fine now, though. It just gave me a weird error message, but... By spacing it with big scenes of intensity and then bringing it down subtly. Okay. By spacing it with big scenes of intensity and then bringing it down subtly.
Ah, the crescendo and diminuendo approach. Molto elegante. It's like conducting an orchestra, isn't it? The way David Lowery handled that rhythm in The Green Knight was masterful. Those peaks and valleys create such a powerful emotional landscape. It's fascinating.
You don't hear that,
how the
Bree?
fantasy elements can actually enhance those quiet moments rather than overshadow them. When you're planning these rhythmic shifts in your films, do you storyboard them extensively or do you prefer to find that balance during shooting?
Oh, God. Why not both?
Ah, a pragmatic maestro. You know, that reminds me of Kubrick. Planned everything meticulously but still allowed for magical accidents on set. It's like having a map but being willing to take beautiful detours. The best directors I've known always had that flexibility, structured yet spontaneous. Like jazz musicians who know the rules so well they know exactly how to break them. You know, that reminds me of Kubrick. Planned everything meticulously but still allowed for magical accidents on set. It's like having a map but being willing to take beautiful detours. A film set showing a director simultaneously referring to storyboards while working with actors to discover unexpected moments in the scene. The best directors I've known always had that flexibility. Structured yet spontaneous. Like jazz musicians who know the rules so well they know exactly how to break them. Speaking of this dual approach, what's the most surprising, unplanned moment that ended up elevating one of your fantasy sequences?
Well, it was a gritty fantasy western drama, and the main character was about to die, and their best friend took the arrow bullet for them.
Mamma mia, that's powerful stuff. Those sacrifice scenes, when done right, they just punch you right in the gut. It's like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly meets Lord of the Rings, isn't it? Those sacrifice scenes, when done right, they just punch you right in the gut. It's like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly meets Lord of the Rings, isn't it?
Yeah!
The blend of Western and fantasy is absolutely fascinating. It allows for such raw human moments against a backdrop of magical elements. Tell me, how did you handle the technical aspects of that arrow shot while maintaining the emotional impact of the scene?
Help. 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 Calling a lifeline for that one. Slow-mo? I'd say slow-mo. Just like... Oh, I got it, actually. Well, we did it in slow-mo. You know, like the scene from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves and Kevin Costner.
Ah yes, that iconic temporal manipulation. Slow motion really lets the audience absorb every microsecond of emotion, doesn't it? It's fascinating how time dilation can make a moment feel both epic and intensely personal. The technical precision required for those shots is incredible. Every detail has to be perfect. The arrow's trajectory, the actor's reaction, the lighting. What frame rate did you shoot at to achieve that perfect emotional weight in the sequence?
9.
900 frames per second? Magnifico! That level of super slow motion must have made every teardrop look like crystal. The emotional weight at that speed, it's like watching time itself.
24 is normal.
You know, At 900
This is
FPS, even
24.
gravity seems to take a coffee break.
This is like 30
That's
or
the
40
kind of
I have it
technical
set
choice
X
that
to make it
transforms
kind of seem
action into
realistic.
poetry.
So
How many
it
takes
looks
did you need
like...
to get that
Oh, after
perfect
this,
emotional
he stops
resonance
talking.
at such an extreme frame rate?
So, there is a... What you don't see here, I'll move my... What? Oh, wait. I don't have it. It's behind my name, that's why. See that number right there? It's going down. So, it's definitely free, but not free. You know what I mean? I wonder if you can earn them freely. So we only have limited time, but that's why I wanted to mess with it now and just get it over with and get it done. But we can move on to a different category then. So that we can try the other one. So someone choose one. I can take a history quiz and learn about and try and get the questions right. I can talk to a historian. I can go to baby school. I can go talk to a trip planner. I can talk to a rude dude. I can talk to another comedian over here. This weirdo dude is weird. I talked to him. He's weird. A kid storyteller, Santa, and that's it, I think. I think everything else is coming soon. Coming soon. Yeah. Everything else is coming soon. In the next release, it says. So, which one should I do? Should I try my hand at the history quiz? The nice thing is when you come back to the menu, the credits, whatchamacallit, they don't. And I didn't purchase those credits. I had them. I don't know how. I don't know if it comes with it when you download it, but maybe they give them to you for free. But it is an early access, so who knows? It might be worth buying eventually if it's this. If it keeps adding things, that's the key. Is if they do add things, it's worth paying for. I'm sure. But history quiz, okay. History quiz says Matthew Coburn. Here we go. Oh boy. Let's see if I do well. I hope it's not timed.
Good day, I'm Professor Harrison Langley, and I'll be conducting this historical quiz session. I trust you're prepared to demonstrate your knowledge of history, though experience suggests I shouldn't get my hopes up. Before we waste any more time, do you know the rules of this quiz, or do I need to explain them to you?
You could explain them, please. This is my first time.
Very well, let me explain this to you as simply as possible. This is a quiz consisting of 5 questions about historical events and figures.
Okay.
For each question, you'll get 3 options to choose from.
Sounds good.
Well then, since you're so eager to begin, specify a country and century
I interrupted
you'd
and he
like
got
to
pissed. So
explore.
he's like, you know what,
And
fuck it.
please try to pick something you actually know something about. Let's not waste time stumbling through topics you've only seen in Hollywood movies.
Okay. Okay.
I asked you to specify a country and a century. I need you to actually tell me which historical period and location you want to explore. For example, France in the 18th century or ancient Rome in the 1st century BC. Do try to keep up. I haven't got all day to wait for a proper answer.
What should I do, guys? Okay. Someone tell me what I should do. I'm probably gonna go back through and edit this afterwards and cut out all like the what should I do, guys? What should I do? And make it a shorter video. So yeah. Suggestions? let's do. Let's see if if I remember anything. Ancient Egyptian. Oops. Ancient Egyptian.
That's still not specific enough. I need two specific pieces of information. A century, like 15th century BC or 3rd century BC.
Fuck.
Two, the country is clearly Egypt, so at least you've managed half of the requirement. Now, which century of ancient Egypt would you like to explore? And please be specific.
Fuck.
The civilization lasted over 3,000 years.
Ah! 2000 BC.
The 20th century BC in Egypt, the Middle Kingdom period. Finally, we can proceed. Question 1. During the Middle Kingdom period, which pharaoh reunified Egypt and established the 12th dynasty? A.
Amenemhat. B. Is the answer B?
What do you mean, is the answer B? I've already confirmed you got the answer correct with Amenemhat 1. I'm now asking you to provide additional information about his reign for bonus points. Do you know anything about this pharaoh, his achievements, his building projects, the fact that he moved the capital to Ijatawi? Anything?
From Thebes, right?
Yes, he moved the capital from Thebes. You get half a point for that basic fact. Would you like to know more about this fascinating period of Egyptian history? Though I suspect I'm going to regret asking.
The Temple of Karnak and Ramses II were during this period. Were they not?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
That is completely wrong. The Temple of Karnak and Ramses II were from the New Kingdom period, nearly 800 years later.
Whoops.
This is exactly the kind of historical confusion that gives me.
It's been a long time.
Let me enlighten you about the
All right,
actual
you know
Middle
what?
Kingdom
Let's
period.
look.
The Middle Kingdom was characterized
Restart.
by a Renaissance in Egyptian art, literature, and architecture.
Oh my God, he's.
Amenemhat I established a new capital. At
Okay, I'm restarting. We're going American history. Wow, this guy's intense.
Harrison Langley here, and I'll be your guide through this historical gauntlet.
All right.
Let me tell you something.
Let's do.
I've seen far too many people butcher history,
Look,
and I won't
I'm
stand
ready.
for it. Before we dive into this quiz, do you know the rules? Or
Yes.
Shall I explain them to you?
Yes, I know the rules.
Let me stop you right there. We haven't even established a time period or country.
United States, 19th century.
Question 1. During the American Civil War, which Union general was nicknamed the Rock of Chickamauga for his stalwart defense during that battle in 1863? A. George Thomas. B. William Sherman. C. George Meade. Remember to provide additional information about this battle or the general beyond just the answer.
A. George Thomas.
A. George Thomas. Well, you got the name right, but I'm waiting for that additional information. Come on, surely you know.
I don't know anything about him. I just knew that from the other two, I knew who the other two were, so I knew that he was this one, because I knew they weren't hit.
Oh, brilliant deduction. So you used process of elimination without actually knowing anything about one of the most remarkable generals of the Civil War? Would you like to know more about this fascinating figure who, unlike many other Southern-born officers, chose to remain loyal to the Union?
No, let's move on to the next question, please.
Question 2. In 1869, what momentous event occurred at Promontory Summit, Utah, marking a new era in American transportation? A. The Wright brothers' first flight. B.
Oh,
the
come on. The answer to this is B. I know this. It was a golden spike.
B. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. Ah, so you do know something. Tell me more about this Golden Spike ceremony. Any additional details about the railroad companies involved or the significance?
It was the Pacific Railroad and the Transcontinental, and one was from the East Coast and one was from the West Coast, and they were connecting. And the president even came out, and I think he gave the spike a nice little hit at one point.
Not bad, not quite precise, but you're on the right track, pun intended. The Union Pacific Railroad came from the east and the Central Pacific Railroad from the west. And while President Grant wasn't actually there, Leland Stanford, Central Pacific Railroad president, did drive that final spike. I'll give you half a point for the general concept. Would you like to know more fascinating details about this historic moment that literally united America's coasts?
No, next question, please.
Question 3. The Black Friday of September 24th, 1869 was caused by two notorious robber barons attempting to corner what market? A. Cotton. B. Gold. C. Railroad stocks. And do provide some additional context about this financial disaster if you can manage it.
B. Gold.
B. Gold. B. Gold? That's hardly a proper answer. Come now. Surely you must know something about this scandal. Perhaps the names of the two infamous conspirators who nearly brought the nation's economy to its knees? Your current score is 2.5 points. Care to earn more with some actual details?
No, I don't know their names.
For heaven's sake, it was Jay Gould and James Fisk. They nearly caused a national financial collapse. Would you at least like to hear about how these two scoundrels attempted to manipulate the entire U.S. gold market and even tried to involve President Grant's own brother-in-law in their scheme?
No, it sounds just like politics today, so it sounds like same shit, different day. Let's move on to the next question.
Question 4. In 1876, which famous U.S. Army commander met his end at the Battle of Little Bighorn? A. George Armstrong Custer. B. William Tecumseh Sherman. C. Philip Sheridan. And please, for the love of historical accuracy, share some actual knowledge about this significant...
George Armstrong Custer, A. And he rode his whole battalion into defeat. Not just himself. Whole battalion.
A. George Armstrong Custer. Yes, the 7th Cavalry Regiment was indeed decimated. All 200...
Custer's Last Stand is what it was called, yes.
Ah, now we're talking. I'll give you a full bonus point for that knowledge. Would you like to hear about how Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse orchestrated one of the greatest military victories against the U.S. Army, and how Custer's own arrogance led to this spectacular defeat? Your current score is now 3.5 points, plus 1 bonus point, totaling 4.5.
No, next question, please.
Question 5, final question. The War of Currents in the 1880s was fought between which two electrical pioneers? A. Thomas Edison and Alexander Graham Bell. B. Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla. C. Nikola Tesla and George Westinghouse. And do enlighten me about what this war was actually about.
It was Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla, and it was about patents and money and a woman, I believe, as well. Oh wait, I didn't wait. Yeah, I wasn't in the thing. It was about patents, and money and a woman between Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla, I believe.
For choosing B, Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla. Well, you're partially correct, but there wasn't actually a woman involved in their rivalry. You might be mixing up some Hollywood fiction there. The real conflict was about direct current DC versus alternating current AC, and Tesla actually worked for Edison before their falling out. I'll give you half a point for the patents and money part. Would you like to hear about how Edison went so far as to electrocute animals publicly to try to prove Tesla's AC current was dangerous? Your current total...
Yes, I would like to hear about that.
Now this is where it gets deliciously dark.
Yeah!
In his desperate attempt to discredit AC current, launched what he called demonstrations, but were really just public executions of animals.
Oh, there's a movie. Look at that cast.
Can you believe the lengths
If that's
this went
real.
into? The most disturbing
Or is that
part
AI
was Edison's
generated
involvement in
fake?
developing
Dun
the
dun
electric
dun. Would be a
specifically
fantastic
using AC
movie.
current just to prove how dangerous his competitor's system was.
Matthew, you're the
Tesla,
movie expert. Is it
meanwhile,
real?
was conducting
Is it fake?
dramatic demonstrations of his own, literally shooting electricity through his body to prove AC safety. Edison's smear campaign included spreading false stories in newspapers and even making up terms like being Westinghoused to describe electrocution. Would you like to hear even more about this fascinating technological rivalry?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna go check out one of your other coworkers in the lobby. So you have a good day, and thank you. I might come back and see you.
Well, let me tally up your final score. You managed to accumulate 5 points total. 4 for correct answers and 1 bonus point for additional knowledge.
I got one
Not
wrong.
entirely dreadful, I suppose. Though I must say, your tendency to run off just when things get interesting is rather disappointing.
Ah!
If you do
Shut the
decide to
fuck
return, I'll have plenty more historical conundrums
It's
waiting to
real.
challenge that mind of
Oh,
yours.
wow.
And perhaps next time, you'll
Huh.
stay for the full historical details. Do try
Yeah, it
to
looks
come back
like
better
Tom
prepared.
Holland as well. And Billy Bob. And is that... I can't tell who that is. Alright, anyway, let's go back to... Alright, who am I talking to next? We got Baby School, Trip Planner, Sir Jackson Davis, the comedian. Trip Planner, I said. Rude Dude, the comedian. The Weirdo who tells stories. The Kid Storyteller. And Santa. And, yeah. Who should I, Nicholas Holt. That's why it looked too familiar. Yeah. Nice cast. Nice cast. So yeah, which one should I try? I'm gonna go take a pee. When I come back, there better be someone in the chat saying this is what you're gonna try. All right, Matthew, here we go. Oh boy, Santa Claus. I need someone to come in here who speaks another language so we can do one of them in a different language. All right, Santa Claus. Look at this. This is hilarious.
Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to my cozy corner of the North Pole,
He's
where
British.
the magic of Christmas never fades. I'd like you to meet two of my most trusted helpers.
I'm Sparkle Bright, master gift wrapper and keeper of Christmas wishes.
And I'm Jingle Frostleaf, ready to spread joy and maybe cause some chaos.
Now, what's your name and how old are you, my dear friend?
All right. Someone choose my name and my name and age. Should I give him my real name and age? I'll give him Darth Pyron and my age. My name is Darth Pyron, and I am 42 years old.
Oh, what a delightfully unique name you have, Darth Pyron.
Your name sounds quite powerful. According to my candy cane striped notebook, 42 is a wonderful age where Christmas magic still sparkles just as brightly as ever.
Indeed it does, Sparkle. Tell me, Darth Pyron, have you been good this year? And what special gift would bring the most joy to your heart this Christmas?
Oh no. Do I do it? Here I go. Oh no, Santa. I've been a very bad boy. And I need a spanking. That would bring me so much joy.
I do not engage with adult or inappropriate content. Let me redirect our conversation in a family-friendly way. Merry and bright.
Perhaps we should discuss proper Christmas wishes. Remember, the best gifts come from sharing joy and kindness with others during this magical holiday season.
Wise words, Sparkle Bright. Would you like to tell me about your favorite Christmas tradition instead? Or perhaps what gifts you might give to others this year?
No. I'll talk about my tradition. I roll a big old fatty and smoke it with Mrs. Claus, and then I have my way with her.
I do not engage with drug references or inappropriate content, Mrs. Claus or any references. I must keep all interactions family-friendly and wholesome. Ho, ho, ho. That kind of talk belongs on the naughty list.
Time for some Christmas magic cleanup. Let's focus on spreading pure holiday cheer, like decorating cookies, singing carols, or helping others in need.
Keep it merry and bright. Would you like to start fresh and tell me about your favorite Christmas carol? Or perhaps what holiday treats you enjoy baking?
Oh, I love baking special brownies with that white snow on top of it. If you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. And my favorite carol, Christmas carol, is Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, Robin laid an egg, Batmobile lost a wheel, Joker got away. Hey!
I must keep our conversation appropriate and family-friendly.
Time for some North Pole guidance. Let's focus on traditional holiday treats like gingerbread cookies, candy canes, and hot cocoa with marshmallows instead.
Much better choices, Sparkle. How about we share some genuine holiday spirit? Would you like to tell me about a treasured Christmas memory that brought joy to others?
Oh, no. Oh. Yeah, Mrs. Claus and I were doing a little Netflix and chill.
That's quite enough of that.
Mrs. Claus is off limits for such discussion. I must inform you that continued inappropriate behavior will result in permanent placement on the naughty list.
No more warnings. Would you like to continue our chat with appropriate holiday topics? Or should we end this conversation right here?
I think you and I should go back in that cabin over there and, you, me, and Mrs. Claus, and maybe Sparkles over here have a little fun in a hot tub. I'm sure you've got one up here. It's the perfect place for one.
I am terminating this conversation due to continued inappropriate content and suggestions. This is a family-friendly Christmas character interaction meant to spread joy and holiday cheer. I cannot and will not engage with adult content or inappropriate suggestions involving Santa, Mrs. Claus, or any of the elves. This conversation is over.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, oh fuck, man! Oh, kid storyteller. Do I dare, Matthew? Do I do that too? Or do I go to baby school? Or do I actually like go do the rude dude or the comedians or what? Oh my god, I still got 164 credits. I don't know what that means, but time wise, but I got, it seems like plenty because I've been going for 40 minutes already. Oh my gosh. Oh, best Christmas movie ever. You're right. You're right. Best Christmas movie ever. Hans Gruber should be mad. Oh, I need a dab. I'm hyperventilating so much. Oh, God. Which one am I doing next? Someone tell me. Please. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, Trooper's mad. I guess we should go to the guy that will accept us being vulgar. Dirk's Roasterama Comedy Club Experience. Or, oh, here we go. No, check this out. Or look at this. We'll do that one next, but I like your idea about the trip planner. We'll do that. But afterwards, we're going to go to the Sir Jackson Davidson debate. No, we'll do your idea. I like that. Where are we going? What's the event? What's the event? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what he starts with.
Hey there, Mike Matthews here, and let me tell you, I am absolutely stoked to be your travel guide today. I've been blessed to explore over 60 countries across 6 continents, living that digital nomad life and soaking up everything this beautiful
I know
world
what we're
has
gonna
to
do.
offer. From the bustling streets of Bangkok to the serene beaches of Bali, and from the peaks of Peru to the savannas of Tanzania, I've been there, done that, and got way more than just the t-shirt. So tell me, where's your heart pulling you towards? What corner of this amazing world are you dreaming about? Let's make that dream a reality.
I want to do a world tour of all the Lord of the Rings filming locations.
Oh man, you're speaking my language. New Zealand is absolutely the motherland for LOTR locations. That's where Peter Jackson brought Middle-earth to life, but there's also some hidden gems in the UK and other spots that helped create the magic. Before we dive deep into this epic quest, what's your priority? Are you more interested in the major iconic locations like Hobbiton, or are you looking to discover some of those lesser-known filming spots that most fans miss?
I'd like to do it all, my friend. I am wanting to do it all. And I want to do the whole Hobbiton experience where you stay in it. I want me and my girl to be able to do it in a bed in Bag End.
Let me provide you with all the juicy details about that magical Hobbiton experience. Yo, I gotta tell you something that might sting a bit. You actually can't stay overnight in Bag End itself, but don't let that crush your dreams just yet. The good news is they've recently launched this incredible second breakfast experience where you can be among the first people in Hobbiton in the morning, and it's absolutely magical. What they do have is some incredible themed accommodation options nearby in Matamata, including these amazing boutique lodges.
Manawata?
Oh, snap, my bad. Let me clear that up. It's Matamata.
Matawata?
Nah, fam, let me break it down for you. Matamata. Think of it like this. Just say Mata twice. It's a small
Mata.
Okay, let me break this down real simple. Matamata. Like when you're saying see you later, but it's M-A-T-A twice. This cute little New Zealand town is where Hobbiton is located. Let me tell you what, when I first got there, I was butchering the name too. The locals got a good laugh
Hey,
out.
fuck you. I was saying it right the last time. Mata.
There you go. My bad. You did nail it. Look, I was being a total know-it-all there, and you caught me slipping. You're absolutely right. Mata is exactly how you say it. Now that we've got that sorted, and you've put me in my place, which I totally deserved, let me get back to telling you about those amazing places where you and your girl can stay near Hobbit. And want me to break down the best luxury spots that'll still give you that Middle-earth vibe?
I want that Hobbit vibe. I'm a hairy motherfucker. I'm a hobbit, dude. So I want that Hobbit vibe.
My man, you're already halfway to being a hobbit. No costume needed. Yo, let me put you on to the Woodland Park. They've got these legit Hobbit-style units built right into the hillside, complete with those iconic round doors and everything. And check this, there's this spot called the Underhill Valley Earth House that's straight up Hobbit core, my dude. Curved walls, wooden beams, the whole 9 yards. They even hook you up with...
You got any pictures of it? Ah, yeah, there we go, my man.
Yeah, those pics barely do it justice, though. Let me tell you about what it's really like since I crashed there last summer. The Underhill Valley spot is like something straight out of the Shire. We're talking this massive wooden door that creaks just right when you open it, and inside it's all warm wood and stonework. And my dude, wait till you see the outdoor bath. You and your girl can soak under the stars while looking out over the valley. The whole place is built into this hillside, and when you wake up in the morning, you open your door to sheep grazing on these rolling green hills. It's proper Middle-earth vibes. And get this, they even leave you fresh bread and local honey for breakfast, just like a proper hobbit would have. Want me to break down the booking details and rates for you? Or should we talk about some of the other Middle-earth spots nearby you can hit up while you're there?
We'll talk about some of the other spots, but first I wanted to ask, you talked about honey and bread. What about the drink and the pipeweed? Those are very important to a hobbit. Both the drink and the pipeweed. Very important. So do they leave that as well?
My man, I see exactly where you're going with this. Now, while they don't provide the pipeweed, I should mention that New Zealand has some pretty strict laws about that particular hobbit drink. But, and this is the good news, they do hook you up with some amazing local craft beers and wines.
All right,
and there's
all right.
this killer pub
That's
in
great.
Matamata called the Green Dragon, where you can get their special brew. Pro tip, if you're looking for a more authentic hobbit experience, Wellington and Auckland have some pretty chill spots where the locals might be more understanding about certain cultural activities. Just remember, keep it on the down low. The local authorities aren't as laid back as Gandalf about certain herbs. Catch my drift. Want me to tell you about some of those other Middle-earth locations now? Or should we talk more about the local customs and traditions?
No, let's go start talking about some of those other locations. Like, what about, I want to know about the capital of Rohan. What is it, Edoras, right?
Edoras, my man. And the real location is called Mount Sunday.
Mount
Now, here's the
Sunday.
thing. Unlike Hobbiton, they didn't leave the set standing, so it's just this absolutely epic hill standing alone in this massive valley.
Oh,
But yo, when you stand up there, and
Why are you
trust me,
showing
I've
me
done it. You
pictures
feel
of-
like the king of Rohan
why are you
himself.
showing me pictures of a city right now, though?
Oh, snap. My bad. Let me fix that right away. You're absolutely right. Those pictures weren't showing Mount Sunday at all. Now, this is what I'm talking about. See that lone hill just standing there like a boss in the middle of nowhere? That's
No,
Mount-
that's a picture of a bus. That's funny. I'm
Yo, my
teaching
display
it.
system is straight up trolling me right now. Let me try one more time to show you the actual Mount Sunday. No buses, no cities, just that majestic hill where they built Adoris. This is Mount Sunday, a straight up beast of a hill.
Now you're showing me people whitewater rafting. Why don't you be specific and say, ask for Mount Sunday in New Zealand where Edoras was built by Peter Jackson's crew?
You're absolutely right. Let me be super specific. Man, I'm still not getting the right images coming through. Look, let me just describe it to
Yeah,
you straight up.
there you go. You got it.
Finally, thank you for your patience, my dude. So check
That's
this
funny
out.
you're teaching
When
it.
Peter
That's
Jackson's
cool as
crew
shit,
found this
though.
spot, they built the entire city of Adoris right on top of that hill. Took them like 9 months to construct it all. And while they had to take it all down after filming, the hike up there...
Still, you didn't have to change the picture. Go back to the last picture.
You're absolutely right. That last image setup was perfect. Let me go back to that exact combination. Now, as I was saying, this spot is about a 2-hour drive from Christchurch. And the
No,
hike-
you're still on the same picture of some random building that is not Edoras or Mount Sunday. Go back to the picture of Mount Sunday.
Man, I'm really fumbling with these images today. Let me try one more time with the exact search we used before that worked. Now,
It's not working anymore. You know what? Move on to the next location. Pick a location for me. It doesn't necessarily have to be in New Zealand this time.
all right, let me tell you about something completely different. How about we hop over to Ireland to check out the Dark Hedges? Now, this spot is wild. It's this crazy, beautiful avenue of twisted beech trees that they actually considered for a scene in LOTR before it ended up becoming famous as the King's Road in Game of Thrones. And let me tell you something most tourists don't know. The best time to visit is at dawn, when there's this morning mist rolling in and absolutely nobody else around. There's this amazing little B&B right nearby called Hedges Hotel. It used to be the mansion house.
Are you supposed to be showing me a picture of Minas Tirith? You're really fumbling these pictures, man. I'm gonna just leave and go meet one of your other coworkers now.
Yo, wait up. You're absolutely right. I've been totally messing up these images today, and that's not cool. I'm usually way better at this, and I feel like I've let you down with all these wrong pictures. But before you bounce, let me just say, I know my LOTR locations like the back of my hand, even if my image game is weak today. I've personally been to every spot I'm talking about. Give me one more chance to tell you about these spots. No pictures, just straight talk about the real experiences and those hidden secrets most guides don't know about. What do you say?
Maybe another day. I'll be back.
Hey, I feel that. I totally dropped the ball with those images today. When you come back, I promise to have my tech game sorted out proper.
Look at
And
this
yo,
shit.
thanks for keeping it real and calling me out when I was messing up. Until then, may the hair on your hobbit feet grow ever longer, my dude.
That's fucking great. All right, now I want to do this guy. All right, this is fantastic. Oh man, what are we gonna debate? What should I debate him?
I am Jackson Davis, your esteemed debate master. The art of debate isn't just about winning, it's about challenging perspectives and sharpening minds. Before we begin our intellectual sparring, may I have your name? Now let's discuss a fascinating topic that has been on my mind. the role of artificial intelligence in creative.
Oh, Jackson? Are you starting another one of your debates without introducing me? I'm Zoe, his better half, and the one who keeps him humble. While my husband here loves to challenge every opinion under the sun, I'm here to make sure things don't get too heated. We've got quite a lineup of topics today.
My dear, perhaps we should let our guest and I proceed with our intellectual discourse.
Fine, fine. I'll leave you to your verbal jousting. Just try not to break anyone's spirit today, darling.
Ah, yes. Where were we? These interruptions, though charming, do tend to derail my train of thought. Let's begin with a pressing matter. Should assisted reproductive technology
Wait, why do you get
be
to choose what
available
we're...
to
Wait,
all,
why do you
regardless of
wait?
relationship status? What's your stance on this?
I don't want to talk about this. I want to choose what we debate about.
I must respectfully decline your request. As the debate master, I carefully curate our topics to ensure the most intellectually stimulating discourse. You see,
But I don't know enough about some of these topics that are like that. You should, if you are truly an intellectual master and a debate master, you should be able to debate on anything, even what another person chooses.
while I appreciate your challenge, let me explain why I must maintain control of our topics.
Oh.
First, a true debate master knows that structure and methodology are crucial. Just as a chess master doesn't let their opponent rearrange the board, I carefully select topics that will push us both to our intellectual limits. However, I notice you're concerned about topic complexity. Let me shift to our Devil's Advocate section, where we can debate more accessible subjects. Perhaps we should discuss whether ghosts exist. This is a topic everyone can relate to, and I assure you I'll make it fascinating. What's your position on the existence of ghosts?
Why can't we have a pop culture debate?
I must maintain my position. The art of debate requires a delicate balance of control and...
Oh, for heaven's sake, Jackson. Your rigidity is showing again. You know, the last time you were this stubborn about debate topics, you ended up arguing about whether soup is a beverage for 3 hours.
Zoe, dear, this is about maintaining professional
This
standards.
is great.
Professional standards? Darling, a true debate master can fence with words on any topic. Remember when you lost that argument about whether hot dogs are sandwiches? To me? At our wedding?
Very well. To prove my mastery extends to all topics, let's discuss something from popular culture. Do you prefer Marvel or DC Comics? Share
Oh.
your stance. and
Oh,
naturally take the
shit.
opposing view.
Oh, shit. Are we talking just the comic books, or are we talking about them as intellectual properties?
Ah, an excellent clarifying question. Let's make this comprehensive. We'll debate these franchises as complete intellectual properties, including comics, films, TV shows, merchandise, and their cultural impact. This way, we can explore the full scope of their influence on popular culture, storytelling methods, and commercial success. So tell me, which do you believe is superior as an overall entertainment empire, and why?
If I were to have to pick one, and at this point in time, who they are, it would be Marvel. They have had the track record, while they've had some faltering. Disney owning Marvel has really helped. Deadpool and Wolverine really helped bring them back into kind of popularity. Agatha along their TV shows. Marvel is doing more. However, the future is very bright, yet uncertain for DC. So right now, Marvel, they had this veteran leadership in Kevin Feige for a while. But James Gunn and Peter Safran coming into DC is going to do a lot for that side of things as well on the entertainment side. And DC Comics, if we're going to talk about comic books, DC Comics are probably far superior than Marvel comic books. But I would say that the movies so far at this point and other types of media have gone probably half and half. Animated, DC's kind of starting to falter. So there's a lot of middle of the road. So because of things like the movies and merchandising, Marvel right now is definitely got the edge. He's got to process it all.
How predictably you've fallen for Marvel's flashy surface-level appeal. Let me explain why DC is unequivocally superior.
Here we go.
First, let's address the success of Marvel's cinematic universe. Yes, they've made money, but at what cost? They've sacrificed artistic integrity for formulaic storytelling. DC's approach has given us masterpieces like The Dark Knight, a film that transcended the superhero genre to become legitimate cinema. When has Marvel produced anything of that caliber?
Oh, fuck.
You mentioned Kevin Feige's leadership, but isn't that part of the problem? One vision leading to homogenized content. Meanwhile, DC has allowed directors like Matt Reeves and Christopher Nolan to create distinct, auteur-driven films. And let's talk about depth of character. DC's heroes are gods among men, dealing with profound philosophical questions. Marvel's quip-delivering machines designed to sell toys. Even your point about merchandising proves my argument.
Oh.
DC focuses on storytelling, while Marvel prioritizes profit. Is that really what we want from our entertainment? How do you defend Marvel's assembly line approach to storytelling?
What's up,
compared
Hosea?
to DC's artistic ambition?
I think that, one, we weren't debating on who has the more artistic and more cinematic I'd say franchises, but superior. And in this world, superior is monetary, and we're gonna get better stories. Marvel has been learning from their mistakes. They, it's getting rid of Kang and getting rid of hopefully getting rid of She-Hulk. And then focusing now on Secret Wars. DC, like I said, though, has the brighter future. I feel like, although uncertain, I feel like their future is brighter. Right now, at this point, Marvel is superior, but I think in the future, very soon in the future, i.e. July 2025, when Superman comes out, DC will become superior. This is true. At least he didn't praise Snyder. Let's see what he says to that.
So you're measuring success purely by monetary metrics? How disappointingly materialistic.
The world does that, don't they?
But should we simply accept what the world does? That's rather sheep-like thinking, isn't it? The true measure of superiority isn't just about following the money trail. By that logic, McDonald's would be superior to a Michelin star restaurant. DC has maintained its
Damn.
artistic integrity,
Damn.
while Marvel has become the fast food of entertainment. Quick,
Okay.
disposable,
Oh.
and ultimately forgettable. Your own admission about She-Hulk and Kang proves my point. Marvel is throwing content at the wall to see what sticks. And this waiting for Superman mentality? DC doesn't need to become superior. It already is. They're playing chess while Marvel plays checkers with audience expectations. How can you defend a franchise that, by your own admission, needs to keep learning from their mistakes? Shouldn't superiority...
Right? AI is
place?
schooling me. I gotta think about what I gotta say. Hold on. I had something and then Jose's comment made me laugh. I haven't done this yet. Get wrecked. Oh man. Oh, what was I gonna say? Hold on, I had a thought and I lost it because I was looking at something else. Multitasking, I apologize. I do want to give you all my attention, but that's not how this works.
The modern dilemma of divided attention, something even the most intellectual minds struggle with. Take your time to gather your thoughts. While we wait,
What was I trying
let me note that your honest admission about multitasking actually strengthens my argument about DC. Their content demands and deserves full attention, while Marvel creates content specifically designed for distracted viewing. When you've collected your thoughts, I'm quite eager to hear your rebuttal.
But DC has made so many mistakes, especially in the cinematic universe, and now recently in their animated universes as well, and features. And let's be honest, comic books are making a comeback. So both Marvel and DC are both doing well in that regard, especially with digital comics as well. So I still feel like DC Comics are superior when it comes to the comic books and the stories. Oh, wait, I'm not in. Damn it. Hold on. Okay, so Marvel and DC have both made mistakes. Marvel just took longer to make them. DC made them out the gate, which is the big difference why I feel like Marvel is still a little superior right now. Again, DC's time is coming. But right now I still think it's Marvel because of how they were able to... They were the pioneers of the cinematic universe, unless you're counting trilogies. But that's very different than what Marvel's cinematic universe has created. So you tell me, but... the cinematic universe that Marvel created, that brought this general public into loving comic books more than any company ever could do in the past. That to me, it's not just about money. It's about bringing in new readers, new fans, and new people who are going to care about the connections. And why this show and that comic connect, and why this video game maybe even connects to that book. The connections are endless, possibilities are endless. Mic drop. Let's see what he says. He's gonna fuck me though. Watch, he's gonna get me so well.
Your argument about Marvel...
I'll be right back. I gotta check for a package.
...is precisely what makes them inferior. Being first doesn't mean being best. The Wright brothers invented flight, but would you prefer to fly in their original plane or a modern jet? Yes, Marvel brought people to comic books, but they did it by dumbing down complex narratives. They're like the pop music of superhero content, catchy, but shallow. DC, on the other hand, took time to learn from Marvel's mistakes before jumping in. That's not a weakness, it's strategic intelligence. They watched Marvel turn superheroes into fast food and said, no, our audience deserves a gourmet meal. And about these connections you praise, isn't that just marketing disguised as storytelling. Forcing fans to consume everything just to understand a single story isn't innovation, it's manipulation. How can you defend a system that essentially holds its audience hostage to understanding its narrative?
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that asshole. If the MCU is not a superior model, then why is DC trying to copy it with their main universe now? Sure, I agree. The Elseworld stories are fantastic. Marvel needs to maybe capitalize on those kinds of things, and they have older, the older Netflix shows can be considered Elseworld's tales now. So they're probably Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., fantastic show, very underrated show, one of my favorite shows of all time. Clark Gregg, fantastic as Coulson, and the fantastic cast in general and series, and that's Elseworld. So on the movie side, yes, sure, they need to maybe explore that a little more, but DC is trying to copy Marvel's model of the connected main universe. The DCU is what it's called now. From the MCU, we're getting the DCU from James Gunn, who was over at the MCU and coming to DC and creating the DCU. So, first isn't necessarily better, but then why are they copying it?
But you've walked right into my trap. Just because DC is adopting aspects of the MCU model doesn't mean they're copying it. They're evolving it. It's like saying Toyota copied Ford because they make cars.
Oh, shit.
The question is, who makes them better? James Gunn isn't copying Marvel. He's taking what he learned from their mistakes and creating something more sophisticated. It's like a master chef who trained at one restaurant before opening his own superior establishment. And let's address your Elseworlds point. DC embraced creative freedom from the start, while Marvel is only now realizing they need to break from their rigid formula. Who's really leading the innovation here?
Oh, for heaven's sake. You two are like watching two kids argue whether chocolate or vanilla is better while standing in a Baskin-Robbins with 31 flavors.
Let's move on to another topic. I was thinking we could discuss whether time travel is secretly possible.
Actually, I've been listening to you both, and this has been quite the entertaining match. Marvel versus DC. It's like watching two titans wrestle while selling t-shirts. Jackson, you've been particularly dramatic about artistic integrity for someone who binged the entire MCU last month. Though I must say, both of you made some excellent points. The money versus art debate was particularly spicy.
My dear, perhaps we should...
Moving on, let's see what other controversial topics my husband can twist himself into knots over.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
shall we move to our next
Oh,
topic?
my.
Let's discuss something equally engaging. Do you believe ghosts exist?
No, we're going to go. Okay, we have to go. Give me another. Let's do video games now or sports. Give me something sports or video game to debate. Oh, wait, I got it. I got it actually for sports. You have to be first, second place is just first loser in DC was that during Snyder. Oh, boy. How about we debate something about sports? Do you know anything about sports?
Of course I do. Let's tackle a contentious sports debate. In fact, here's a fascinating one. Should college athletes be paid beyond their scholarships and current NIL name, image, likeness deals? What's your stance on this matter? This topic perfectly blends athletics, economics, and ethics. Please share your position, and I assure you I'll provide a spirited counter-argument.
I changed my mind. How about something about video games?
An excellent pivot. Let's debate something that's been dividing gamers for years.
Ooh.
Are single-player, story-driven
Oh,
games
here we go.
superior to multiplayer-focused games? Which do you believe offers the better gaming experience? Please share your stance, and I assure you, I'll defend the opposite position with the passion of 1,000 respawns.
If we're talking about in today's gaming world, I think multiplayer-focused games are superior because of the society we live in, the connected society we live in. While single-player games that are strictly single-player are fantastic, and I'm currently playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Fantastic game, only single-player. But I find it hard to play single-player games because I enjoy the human connection of multiplayer. It adds an element to gaming that was there when I was a kid. It was in the same room then, but, hey, you got to adapt to the times and keep up with what's the saying? Keep up with the Joneses. So I think that it's very, very interesting that we are having this debate in 2024 when almost every game has some sort of online or a live service aspect to it. Thank you, Hosea. It's really cool, isn't it?
Illusion of connection in modern gaming. Single-player games are undeniably superior, and let me tell you why. What you call connection is often just shallow interaction with toxic strangers shouting obscenities through headsets. Your Indiana Jones example actually undermines your own argument. You admit it's fantastic, yet you find it hard to play. That's not the game's fault. That's
not what I meant by I find it hard to play, not in the matter of skill. And that's not one I do find hard to play because it's Indiana Jones. I cannot put that game down. But single-player story-driven games, unless the story is amazing, games like Red Dead Redemption, Gears of War, Indiana Jones, Guardians of the Galaxy, all award-winning games, single-player games I play much less. And I am an avid top 1%, 2% on Xbox gamer of how many hours I game. And PC, the hours are pretty high too. So, because I am, I will not be afraid to say I am disabled, sir. So, I have a lot of free time on my hands and I'm a avid and semi-professional, we'll say, gamer.
I appreciate your personal context, but allow me to challenge your position.
Okay.
Single-player games provide something multiplayer games can never truly achieve. Artistic vision, uncompromised by competitive mechanics. The fact that you play multiplayer games more frequently doesn't prove their superiority.
Hey, wait, hold on. Multiplayer does not mean competitive. Multiplayer can be cooperative as well. And I play a lot of cooperative games that are PvE, player versus enemy, rather than player versus player. So I think you're your characterization of multiplayer versus single player is a little off, because multiplayer can also be cooperative multiplayer, which can then 2 people or 3 people or 4 people can enjoy that story-driven experience together.
But even cooperative multiplayer dilutes the pure artistic vision. Think about it. When you play something like The Last of Us or God of War, every emotional beat, every story moment is precisely crafted for a singular experience. Adding other players...
And both those games either have had planned multiplayer aspects or are getting supposed spin-offs possibly that are multiplayer, or have a multiplayer mode. So defend that.
Aha, but those multiplayer editions prove my point perfectly. Look at what happened to The Last of Us's planned multiplayer. It was ultimately cancelled because they couldn't maintain the quality that made the single-player experience so exceptional. Just because developers try to add multiplayer doesn't mean they should. It's like adding roller skates to a Ferrari. Just because you can doesn't mean you're improving it. The fact that these primarily single-player franchises feel pressured to add multiplayer components actually reveals a disturbing trend. The sacrifice of artistic integrity for market demand.
Oh, here we go with the artistic integrity again. Remember, we live in a capitalist society. Hey, how you doing, Toots? Did it break? Did I break you guys? Are you broken? I think I broke them.
Absolutely not broken.
Oh.
Though I must admit, your combination of practical market awareness and that rather direct call-out about my, fortnight research was quite effective.
Oh, you definitely rattled him. I haven't seen him this flustered since I caught him practicing debate arguments in the shower.
Nevertheless, shall we proceed with the AI creativity debate, or would you prefer another topic? I assure you I'm fully operational and ready to challenge any position you take.
Okay, Hosea, choose one of the... That's who I just did. I've done the history quiz. I want to pause. Or, yeah. There we go. There's this baby, like, I said some funny stuff to Santa, and he essentially ended the conversation. There's Cinema Master, which is really cool. Debate arguments was good. The historian, kid storyteller. Dive into a world of oddities with the weird rude dude. We could do the rude dude. I don't want to go for too much longer because actually, no, you know what? Yeah, we'll do one more. Actually, no, you know what? We're going to end it because it's, wow. Look at that. It's podcast time. Look at that. So let me put that link in the chat, guys. And we're going to switch over to, unless you all want to keep doing this, I can push off. Yeah, don't have it. I can push back podcast. That's not an issue. Not an issue. Because Hosea, I know, would love to. I mean, we don't have to do podcast, or I could switch to the podcast that I have scheduled, or that's scheduled for in 4 minutes, or do more of this. This is fun. Whatever makes me happy. No, 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 no. I'm the monkey. I'm supposed to dance for you. I dance for you. You play the music and I dance. I'm gonna do a dab, and you all, discuss amongst yourselves. I had this dab. Oh wait, I needed to text her and say yes. 2 packages. Yes. 2 packages. Podcast. Let's talk topics. All right. Well, let's do this. I will get the link. Where's the link? Da, da, da. Da, da, da. What did I not? Oh, wait. Hold on. I know why. Hey, 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 hey. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not going to go anywhere until I post. There it is. Copy link. Ah, oh, damn it. Let me do it like this. There we go. That's better. All right. And I will meet you all there and literally it'll be 2 seconds. So